Good evening, everyone. Um, this particular video is kind of a recap video on how I traded. I think last week or last 2 weeks, forgotten, but from like the beginning of February, like February 1st, 2nd, I think the first 5 days of February. So I managed to make around $38,000 that week, and I want to show you guys the recap and basically the trades I took to make that possible. So let me hang over to my Telegram and I'll show you guys. So this is what happened. Immediately we entered February, I made a plan to stick to. I said I will fund $2,000. This is just like basically just giving an idea of what I'm to expect in the market. My whole thing is to risk 25% on that $2,000, like split it into 4 places: 25, 25, 25, 25. That's total of 100%. So I have 4 trials to lose the account. So I'll start the first trade by risking $500. If that doesn't go well, I'll take another trade and risk another $500. If that doesn't go, I'll take. So I have 4 trials to lose the first deposit. That was my whole plan. That was my whole money management for the account. So I funded the $2,000, and the first 3 trades I took, I made like mad trading mistakes. I had no analysis. My psychology was messed up. So I was just trying to quickly just jump on trades without having a proper analysis, and I ended up losing the first 3 trades. I lost the first 500, the second 500. The third one even took more than 500. It was like $600 or $700, $635. So I was left with $398 on the account from the $2,000 that I funded. Now, but because I already preconceived my risk and I tried to stick to my plan, I had to just quickly just get my psychology in check and be like, okay, I don't have to trade like a beginner. I'm not a newbie, I'm a professional trader. So I have to get my psychology in check and just basically start everything over again. So with the remaining balance of $398, I decided to have a proper analysis this time. So I knew that Bitcoin was bearish because I knew this trend line liquidity needed to be taken out first. And at that moment, I saw Bitcoin around this price range. So I found a way. After Bitcoin took out this low, I got my inducement on the lower time frame and I took a sell from this breaker block. This was the entry. I entered with 1.3 lot size. Already risking everything on the account now because I was down to the last trial. I've lost the first 3 trials. I'm down to the last trial. If this goes bad, I've lost the account. If it doesn't, then the account can start growing from there. So I took the first trade, 1.3 lot size. As the trade was moving in profit, I saw another break of a low. I saw my inducement and then my other block. I took another entry while the other trade was still running. So this was when the trade was moving in profit. So this was the first initial position, 1.3 lot size. The every entry that I got, I entered more positions. So the trade moved in profit and I was already up $4,514 with the balance of $380 that was left after I lost the first 3 trades. So eventually the trade hit my take profit. Both entries, the first entry and the second entry, hit my take profit. So the account was at $4,900, I think. Yeah, $4,900. So I managed to get another entry after the break of this low. I got my inducement. You can see my inducement there. And then I got my breaker block and I took another sell from there. The sell hit take profit. I was floating $3,500 profit, so the account was at $8,000 something dollars. In fact, I think the profit was way more than this, but I didn't close on time. So the account was at 8,000 something. If you can see, the first day I managed to recover the losses I had. So I closed the first day with $2,800 profit. The next day, the second BTC sale that I took, I made $3,500. So the account was at 8,400. That's this second sale that I took. So the account was at $8,400. I withdrew $3,060 USDT. After that, I took a few more trades than this one. I wouldn't really call them trades because they were basically, I didn't stay on the trades for long. It was just a few scalp. So the account was at $6,012. So I think I just took a break for that day. the next day I managed to get a gold buy. My main entry was from a breaker on the higher time frame, but I missed my main entry, so I just waited for a structure shift on the lower time frame here, and they retest to this breaker block. So I took a buy, risking I think 15%. I was risking like $1,000, 15-16%. I was risking $1,000. This trade was 1:11 risk to reward ratio. So at that 6,000 something dollars, I made $11,000 on that gold buy. The account was now sitting at $17,000. This was when I closed the trade. So you can see this is the history of the account. After I made the $3,060 withdrawal, the few trades I took, there were scalps, and then the gold buy. So since then, after I got my psychology checked, I was now trading properly. Do you understand? Following my plans well, and then sticking to what I wrote down on my plans. So the plan was to trade and make around $20,000 and take out $15,000. That was the whole initiative on the account. So after this, I took another trade on gold. After the account was at $17,000, this was just a quick scalp on the 5 minutes time frame, a break of structure, and I just took it to the nearest draw on liquidity. I closed around I took the trade and I took a Bitcoin sell also, but I closed the Bitcoin sell at break even. I don't really use break even, just moved up in slight profit, and I closed it because I wasn't too sure on the trade. But for the gold buy, I closed that at $3,000. Yeah, for the gold buy. So the account was sitting at what? The account was sitting at $20,000, which this was the account history when I funded $2,000, the few losses I took and the trades that I took, and the account was, I made 21,000 and the account was sitting at 20,094 USD dollars. So USD, yeah. So I made a withdrawal of $15,000 as I already planned, because my plan was to get to 20,000, withdraw $15,000. If you can see, so I wrote down withdraw $15,000. So that was what I did. When I got to 20,000, I followed my plan and I withdrew the $15,000. This one is my Bybit account, and this was when because I linked it to my FS book. So this was my FS book. If you notice, I was down. My drawdown was down 81%. That was when I started trading everything back up. So I already made $21,000 on this account, and I withdrew $15,000. So I was done with that account, and I opened up a new fresh account, and I deposited $1,000 there. I deposited $1,000. I saw this GBP/JPY sell, this break of this low. That's the break of structure. I saw my breaker block to take my sell from. So I took my sell from there. After this, I got my entry there, and I took this trade and I slept off. This was the trade. This was my stop loss. I woke up and I was already running profit. So eventually the trade hit my full take profit, and that was when I closed about $8,700. So the account was sitting at what? At $9,000 something, $9,700. That was what the account was sitting at. And then I found another trade entry, because this GBP/JPY trade, I held it overnight. I took the trade, I held it the next day, so I counted that as one full trade, but I closed it the next day. Do you understand? So I got another trade entry, because I normally just want to trade twice in a day. So I got another trade entry. I got gold buy, and I also got another GBP/JPY sell continuation. So the gold buy hit my stop loss. Meanwhile, the GBP/JPY sell hit my take profit. So this was when I took the trades for both of them. So the account was already sitting at 9,000 something. That's the second account. After I made the first withdrawal, the account sitting at 9,000 something. This is the GBP/JPY sell. This is the gold buy. The gold buy hit. I withdrew $200 after the first trade just to have a withdrawal on the account. The gold buy, what did it do? The gold buy hit my stop loss, which is this gold buy. Then GBP/JPY hit my take profit. So GBP/JPY was here. This buy right here hits my take profit. The gold buy hits my stop loss. So this is the GBP/JPY sell. When I entered the trade, I was risking about $700. I think 1,000. I forgot how many percentage exactly that I was risking here. I think $1,000 or $1,100. Then the GBP/JPY what hit my take profit. I made around $10,000 on the trade. The account was sitting at $18,000, which is this. So I've already traded 3 times for the day, which is this first trade, GBP/JPY. gold buy, and then GPJPY sell. So I normally do, after 3 trades, I make my withdrawals. If you pay attention to the plan I wrote here, it took 3 trials. Like it took it's 3 plans: first trade, second trade, and third trade. So I normally make my withdrawals after the third trade. So after I took the third trade, the account was at what? Account was at around $18,000. I made a profit of 18,000. The account was sitting at sorry, this is the wrong one. So the account was sitting at 18,000 something. I made about $17,000 profit. So the after that I withdrew $18,000. So this is my third withdrawal. My first withdrawal was a $3,000, which is here. The second withdrawal was the $15,000, which is here, and then the last withdrawal I made was this $18,000. So this was also my FS book that I linked to it. So this was the deposit on my Bybit. So this was the 2 accounts. The first one got to 20,000, second one to 18,000. So on average, I ended up making $38,000 that week in 4 days, after being initially down 80% from the $2,000 that I funded. I was down to $308 something, I think. So that was how I was able to make $38,000 in 4 days. So yeah, I don't really make YouTube videos like that. I just had to post something because it's been long I posted, so I just said let me post something. So that is how I traded during the first week of February. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys learned something from the entries I took. Yeah.